Hello everybody, today I am going to react to the Star Wars show once again. So if you haven't checked out my first one from last week, you can do that in the cards right there. But for now, let's just get into today's episode, and I'm very excited because I saw on the front cover they are having the person who voices Torra Doza from Star Wars Resistance, and that looks super exciting. So I can't wait to see what that's all about.
This week we're revealing a new Timothy Zahn novel.
Plus, Pablo Hidalgo reveals a great moment in Star Wars history, and I sit down with Myrna Velasco from Star Wars Resistance.
What a cool episode.
That's
oh my
why
gosh,
I wore
their
a coat.
jackets.
Shout out to all the dads
crews
watching.
from Empire Strikes Back. They're selling those. It's by Columbia, and they're amazing. I want one so bad.
In San Francisco.
I want to go there so bad.
Hello, and welcome to the Star Wars Show, the only Star Wars show hosted by two people in identical outfits.
Yeah, this is kind of strange. Should one of us go change?
Why would we ever change out of matching giant winter coats?
They're amazing.
Yeah, okay.
I wouldn't ever
Let's go to
change
the
out
news.
of it.
The title and cover for the latest novel in Timothy Zahn's new Thrawn series has been revealed.
Entitled Star Wars Thrawn, Treason, the new novel picks up with Thrawn's TIE Defender program being halted in favor of Director Krennic's secret Death Star project.
But when Thrawn receives a dire warning about his homeworld, Thrawn must choose between his duty to the Chiss Ascendancy or fealty to the Empire he is sworn to serve, even if the choice means committing treason.
Thrawn Treason will be available for pre-order next week and will arrive in summer 2019.
And for more on Thrawn Treason, check out starwars.com/SWS.
While we're on the subject of Star Wars books, a plethora of Star Wars authors have been announced for Star Wars Celebration.
E.K. Johnston, author of Star Wars Ahsoka, will join Star Wars Lando's Luck author Justina Ireland and Star Wars From a Certain Point of View contributor Zoraida Cordova on the stage at Star Wars Celebration Chicago.
The three new authors joined the previously announced lineup, including Timothy Zahn, Delilah Dawson, Claudia Gray, Katie Cook, Alexander Freed, Cavan Scott, and Jeffrey Brown.
Tickets for Star Wars Celebration are almost completely sold out, so get over to StarWarsCelebration.com to make sure you don't miss out on this incredible event.
If any of you are going to Star Wars Celebration, let me know down in the comments.
And it might not be enough time for
all
all the stuff that we have cooking. You do not want to miss out.
You know what I love most about Celebration?
What's that?
All the Star Wars cosplay.
What a wonderfully crafted segue into our next segment.
Please enjoy one of the greatest moments in Star Wars cosplay history.
Good evening. I'm Pablo Hidalgo. For decades, humankind has dressed up as their favorite Star Wars characters. But no Star Wars cosplayer burst through the walls of creativity quite like this. The year was 1993. The place, WCW's Clash of the Champions 24. Sting and Davey Boy Smith teased a mystery combatant for their feud with Sid Vicious, Harlem Heat, and Vader. No relation to Star Wars. After a heated exchange with Sid Vicious, Sting uttered a statement that would forever change the course of Star Wars cosplay.
The Shockmaster!
With that tumble, a legend was born. Donning a glitter-encrusted stormtrooper helmet, acid-wash jeans, and some sort of fur vest coat hybrid, the Shockmaster was elevated from fumbling brute to legendary titan, earning a coveted place in Star Wars cosplay history. The costume is not only elegant, but economical and durable. So here's to you, Shockmaster, for inspiring and shocking the Star Wars cosplay community for generations to come. Until next time, I'm Pablo Hidalgo saying good night.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Hidalgo, that's funny.
Overjoyed to be sitting down right now with Torra Doza herself, Myrna Velasco. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, Anthony.
Torra immediately enters fully on brand and is just fully on brand for the rest of the series, and I love it.
Oh yeah, isn't that awesome? She's a little racer. She's got her whole garb on. I loved her boots. Can I just talk about her boots for a second?
I feel like Star Wars is 50% boots and jackets.
I agree. I absolutely agree. And it really makes the outfit, though, must I say.
She has an astromech that's like branded for her. The blue ace is entirely custom for her, and it's all just color coordinated and
like
perfect.
Color scheme.
I strive to be as coordinated as
I love her brand.
Torra feels to me like one of those kids you know as a teenager who seems like she was handed everything and you want to hate her.
Yeah, but she's so nice, and you're like, well, can I just like You have a misplaced hair. How about that?
How about that?
Yeah.
And you'll have to live with that for the rest of your life, Torra Doza.
And she's like, well, I brought you a smoothie, and you're like, okay, all right.
What I love about the relationship between her and Kaz is really looking for a rival. That's his personality.
Yeah.
And Torra's just like, no, I'm just very good at everything. Let's see how this turns out.
Yeah, she is good at everything. I was gonna discredit a little bit just to be like, no, she's human, but no, she is really good at everything. And it is very frustrating to play someone so on point.
Is it?
It is, because I'm always like, gotta second guess myself, what's going on here? And she doesn't have that in her, and that's the best part about playing a girl who is confident, on the edge of cocky, but is so helpful. I also think she really believes in like a team atmosphere, and she's only as good as everyone else around her. That's like the most beautiful part about Torra, is that she just is willing to prop everybody else up as well.
I heard that you are a Star Wars fan, but like the only Star Wars fan in your family?
Yeah. No, not so much anymore. Sad. I was like the first Star Wars fan of my family.
Okay.
I'm very nerdy in real life, and I love Star Wars, and I love Dragon Ball Z and Harry Potter, and my brother and sister, we all always had like this, no, we have to be individual from each other. There's no way we can like the same things as each other.
It's so interesting because you especially hear about like, oh, my parents took me to the movies and we were all very excited about it. It's like, no, I had to bring my family to Star Wars.
I did, yeah. You know, not the best choices as a 12-year-old to be like, parents, we're going to go watch episode 1. But I was the one that was like, I need to know about Darth Vader. I need to know about these things, and these were the only ways I could force my parents to do things for me.
So, but now that you are a part of it, are they getting more and more into it? Were they as excited as you were when you got cast? Like,
yes, they're more into it now than even I am. Like, my dad's calling me and he's like, Myrna, what's going to happen next? I'm like, I can't tell you that stuff, because my dad is like a real life Captain Doza, which is kind of awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like big mustache, thick accent, everything. It's pretty amazing. Because when I first saw Captain Doza, I was like, this is very unusual. That is just my dad.
You're like,
there.
I feel a little too properly cast.
Yeah,
this is strange.
It's like, oh, how did they know that was my dad?
That's great. So how does it feel growing up as a Star Wars fan to be a part of this, to be sitting down at the table with this entire cast and these creators?
One of my best friends told me the other day, like, you are canonized and I am the proudest I could ever be of you. And I like started crying because we grew up in like the playground being like, no, I'm gonna be Princess Leia today. No, I'm gonna be Princess Leia. Okay, fine, I'll be Girl Han.
Girl Han.
Girl Han. It's a real thing that we have to deal with.
Which Torra is pretty close to Girl Han.
Not gonna lie.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you had a team Girl Han, I feel like Torra would be pretty close.
Yeah, I think
Except
so.
Torra's like
I'm pretty
super
excited
happy
about that.
Well, excellent. Myrna, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to hang out and chat.
Now that I'm finally seeing you without the news podium blocking you, I've got to say, I think we nailed that size. You kind of look like a kid who made a wish to be an adult.
Dude, it's the hot new style this season.
Yeah, it's the, I went to the Midwest to visit my parents and forgot a coat, so I had to borrow my dad's.
Yeah, it's dad chic, it's all rage. What you can't see right now because of the camera angle are my sweet orthopedic shoes.
What's weird about them is they're giving her 4 inches of height.
It's fashion, Anthony. Read a book. And with that, I'm closing the show. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.
May the
Stealth
Force
mode.
be with you.
Even more stealth mode.
Oh, where'd Andi go?
This is very good for being able to see when I'm snowboarding.
Yep, this is the best part. It gets down to 71 here in the office.
Yeah.
You know?
You really
And
just
it's
gotta
like,
bundle up.
woo!
That was a good episode. It was a lot of fun, especially that interview with Miss Myrna. I wonder what it's like to have been a Star Wars fan and then to actually get to be in Star Wars. That's probably so exciting. You know, John Boyega, he experienced that too. I'm sure it is awesome. Probably just as awesome as those Star Wars parkas. If you haven't seen those Star Wars Empire Strikes Back jackets that they were wearing, they were actually what the crew of Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back got to wear when they went to Norway to film, like the Battle of Hoth and all that stuff. And they're really made for the snow. That's why it'd be so cool to get to wear that, like just what they wore. And I just love all the detail on it. It's amazing and it looks like so comfortable. What else did they talk about there? They talked about, yes, that, oh, Thrawn, yes. So I have read the EU non-canon Thrawn stuff, and that was really good. Like, Thrawn is like he's a genius, honestly. Like, his strategy has always been just on point for everything, and he knows how to take down the rebels. And he has a personality, but it's always so like, it's so deep inside of him that you can't really tell if he does have any feelings for anybody. So this whole series about him actually having feelings for his people, I think they said, that is going to be really interesting, and hopefully it's kid appropriate so that I can read it and maybe share it with all my fellow younglings. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below what your favorite piece of information from that Star Wars show episode was, and also if you're going to Star Wars Celebration, and if you're gonna head to that panel like I said earlier, because those Star Wars authors are great and I'm sure it must be amazing to see them in person. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you!